Faced one way, 1,000 years separation. The other way, 100 years regret. Pray, dream of my sorrow. Pray, dispel the darkness from this world. The only light here is in memory, and the hope you instilled flickers. Alas, I know the truth. In this world, there is no salvation. In this world, there is no you.
Where am I? This isn't the Somniel. Who are you?
I am... No, it is no matter. My name lost its meaning long ago.
But I have this strange feeling, as if the two of us have met somewhere.
We have never met before. Not in any way you would understand. I'm speaking to you from across a mirror. You are my reflection, and my land's last hope. Please. I need your assistance. Will you save those who are important to me?
Since I already know this, it's already kind of weird that you're seeing the female version of you since we're playing as the male version. I'm assuming it's going to be reflected like, oh, there's if you're playing the female Alir, you get male Alir, and it's actually always kind of strange because we saw the past of Alir already. Because I'm gonna upload this with after I do everything, which is gonna be a long time, so you might see a mass upload from me. But anyways, here, yeah, it's always kind of weird. So it looks like she's already gone through with the ritual, or the other solution is that Lumera gave all her power right away, and that resulted in her transforming into a divine dragon, no longer being a fell dragon, or she could have been a fell dragon. Or she could have been born a divine dragon, which is why she just has blue hair.
Of course. I'll help however I can.
Really? You accept my plea without hearing what it entails?
I suppose I feel like helping you might ease some of my own anxieties. Almost as if this is a chance to get back something that I lost a long time ago. In short, yes, I'm here for you.
I'm glad to hear you say so. I was afraid you would refuse, since I'm unable to explain all the details. Suffice to say that the land I speak of is threatened by a foe with a wicked heart. The only hope for my people is for you to collect the 7 bracelets.
Bracelets?
In my world, emblems dwell inside bracelets. You will need them in order to succeed. Now, I will transport you there. Those you encounter after arriving will guide you.
Will you and I meet again?
This almost feels like a Naga and Tiki situation, where it's like, it's Naga from our world sending you to another world where she's dead and Tiki becomes the new Naga. In this case, Alir becomes the new divine dragon after Lumera. Even though I kind of already know what's going to happen because people on YouTube can't keep their mouths shut.
Not even in this very moment.
You speak so cryptically. Still, I get the feeling I will see you again.
Be off now. I thank you, and wish you good fortune in the battles ahead. Goodbye, my fellow divine dragon. My twin from another world. On your journey, I hope you feel joy, suffering, sorrow, and love.
Okay, so yeah, this is just confirming it. Though this would be funny if this is going to be the first game that not only gives you new characters, but you get another Alir. Like, you get another avatar. That'd be fun. And horrifying now that I think about it, for, like, gameplay reasons.
Because I will feel nothing anymore. I will never awaken again.
Though that doesn't seem like we are, given the fact of their lining up. We'll never feel anything again.
Our prayers are answered!
After all these long years, at last our savior has come. You.
Is that? Where am I?
You are in Lethos Castle. We have long awaited your arrival. Thank you for answering our prayers. I am Nell, one of the dragons who resides here.
And I am Nil, her twin brother.
It's nice to meet you, Nell. And you, Nil.
Alright, so the voices and designs, I've seen them before, but actually hearing their voices, like, huh, not what I expected to hear out of them, but hey, what do I know? I'm not a voice actor or anything. I just do voices for giggles.
I'm the Divine Dragon.
So you are the Divine Dragon.
Fate has made a cruel and mysterious choice.
You know, this reminds me of, like, Risotto for Nil's
To
voice.
see you reborn.
Reborn? What does that...
The Divine Dragon is deceased. You fell in the last
Neat.
war. Our world has been consumed by darkness in the time since.
That's neat.
We have long prayed for a savior to aid us, and your appearance seems to be our answer. It is unfortunate. I would have preferred never to see you again.
Nell?
But we are in desperate need of aid, and we do not have the luxury of choice.
Dude's like, come on, you don't need to say it to his face. Which I'm like, yeah, I kind of understand why you wouldn't say it, like, to speak to my face. You probably should explain why this is a problem.
Divine One. She is rather more upset by this than I would have expected. She and the Divine Dragon have a somewhat complicated history.
Did they date? Because that would explain a lot.
This is the Bracelet Vault. Here, our Emblem Bracelets are kept secure.
I see.
Upon that pedestal lies the Bracelet of the Shepherd Exalt. It is the sole bracelet in our possession. The emblems within it are safely in slumber.
There are 7 bracelets in total. We lost the other 6 in the war with Sombron.
So, he exists in your world as well.
I will explain from the beginning.
Now that I think about it, this is kind of interesting. It would entail writing different dialogue, but for Lyra, it's like, oh yeah, I know these two. I've recruited them before. And she'd be like, what? What are you talking about? That's not possible. But then again, you could say, you just said, I've been reborn. I come from another world. But then again, they probably don't want to spoil it right away. Because they don't give a time frame from where this is. Because it makes it sound like, oh, we don't know anything. Other than the Emblem Bracelets, knowing who you are when you recruit them, like Tiki does, I believe. But, eh.
The first dragons were born millennia ago, and from them came the divine and fell dragons. For a time, there was peace, until the fell dragons turned to conquest and destruction. With the world under threat, the divine dragons and the people prayed for salvation. And that salvation came in the form of beings from other worlds known as emblems. The emblems were manifestations of those ardent prayers for peace.
My sister and I were performing that ancient rite when you arrived. We thought a new emblem would appear to save us.
And you got me.
Yes, it was quite the shock. I'm still a bit beside myself.
The emblems brought an end to the fighting, but only temporarily. 1,000 years ago, Sombron sought to exploit the emblems for his own ambitions.
Sounds
We
familiar.
experienced that war firsthand. It was awful. The entire continent became a battlefield. The dragons and the royal families fought over the emblems until all sides were exhausted.
But as we stood upon the brink of annihilation, the Divine Dragons won a key victory. Lumera, the Divine Dragon Monarch, imprisoned fell dragon Sombron, at the cost of her life.
My mother died 1,000 years ago?
Her sacrifice bestowed peace upon the people even as they mourned her passing. But it was her successor who healed the wounded land and returned it to prosperity.
Her successor? You mean the next Divine Dragon Monarch?
Yes. You.
The Divine Dragon Monarch after Lumera was her own begotten child.
So I took the throne after she died. This is so different from the history of my world.
You are a wonderful ruler. Under your reign, it seems like the world would be at peace for the rest of time.
But then everything changed when the Fire Nation attacked.
But it was not to be. Sombron eventually returned, and another war began.
Whosoever gathers all 7 of the awakened emblems will be granted immense power. Sombron intended to use that power to exact revenge and restore the Fell Dragon's honor. To achieve that end, he was willing to set the whole world ablaze.
And I take it I lost this war.
No, not exactly. You and Sombron each slew the other. On the night of the decisive clash, you and he perished at the same moment.
So the Fell Dragon is already gone? Then who is it that's putting your world in danger now?
An unknown malefactor is attempting to fulfill the late Sombron's ambitions.
They come and go without a trace. We know nothing of their whereabouts or appearance. All we know for sure is that, like Sombron, this individual wants to collect the 7 bracelets.
Alright, I'm gonna make a prediction right now, based purely on what I've seen in the trailer. And I will already probably be wrong, because I have not seen anything about this. So, if I put this out super late, or I put it out right away, you can quote me on this and say if I'm wrong or I'm right, whatever. I'm gonna bet that it's Tiki under the influence of Sombron. Because Tiki has been corrupted in the past before, and unlike other corrupted beings, though the Emblem Bracelets seem to have more free will than the Emblem Rings. So I'm going to assume that it's Sombron influencing Tiki to go out, collect the 7 Emblem Bracelets, and destroy the world. And it's already different from the history because Alir took the throne super early in this one, and has lived for 1,000 years, and is therefore more infinitely wise than ours. But because of that, they weren't around to build the natural bonds connections that they did with our current timeline characters, as you no doubt see.
In fact, we believe they already have 2.
1 in Lethos Castle, 2 in enemy hands. Where are the other 4?
Each of the 4 nations of Elyos possesses one. They once fought under a single banner, but that changed drastically after your death. Now, with nothing to unite them, the little ones, the humans, bicker among themselves. Thus far, they have kept one another in check, but war could break out at any moment.
I don't know if the Divine Dragon's army was ever truly united. I saw them argue, in this very castle, about which nation was to blame for your death. Which is absurd, of course. It was no one's fault.
Now that our savior has arrived, it is imperative we reclaim the bracelets. The conflict we have avoided for years will soon be inevitable. You may need to cross blades with people who resemble your own friends and allies.
I understand. I'll brace myself for that possibility.
That's always gonna be difficult. It's different in games like Xenoverse, where it's like, it's just a mission and all that, because Xenoverse's like mission is like, oh, it's just alternate timelines, don't worry about it. Yeah, this is an alternate timeline, but it's always gonna feel rough. It's like, oh yeah, like you feel bad for the Robin if you get the bad ending in Awakenings DLC, because like he says like, you need to kill me. I cannot stay alive, because if I stay alive, Grima stays alive. You need to kill me, I have no soul. But like that, I apologize, I need to close the window for that. But I can understand this a little bit more. This is gonna, because you actually bonded with a lot of these characters. It's not like you're slaying just Robin, which is the Avatar. It's like, alright, yeah, I understand. Like, if it was down to me, I'd probably do that. But this is like characters you've grown and attached to because you use them for so often.
So, you're both divine dragons, like me?
What gave you that impression?
You said you were dragons, and you live in Lethos Castle, so I just assumed.
Your assumption is incorrect.
Oh, somebody's pissed.
What she means, Divine One, is that we...
Watch out! Assassins!
Nell!
She's a Fell Dragon!
My brother and I both. In this world, Fell Dragons are born as twins. We severed ties with our father during the last war. We now fight against our misguided kin.
I cannot transform, but that does not stop me from fighting at Nell's side.
Fell Dragon twins.
I suppose I simply assumed that you would already know what we were. It seems I was mistaken. If you will not aid us, you may leave. We will defend this world ourselves.
No, I'll fight with you. I don't care about your heritage. If you truly want to protect this world, I'll be your ally.
Oh, that's a relief. Now, let us march into battle together, just like the good old days.
Show us your mettle, Divine One. We shall see if you are truly the answer to our prayers.
Is this going to be the first time you actually fight alongside a Fell Dragon? And I'm not talking about Heroes where it's a gacha game and you, by extension, just can. With this one, it feels like, this is going to be a little bit nerve-wracking. Fell Xenologue deployment. In Fell Xenologue battles, your allies will have predetermined classes and levels. Their inventories are also predetermined, but you can swap items between units normally. Allies who follow battle will return afterward, regardless of your difficulty settings. The Fell Xenologue features unique allies who will join you in each battles as guests. Nil is a powerful dragon unit. Nil is a capable supporter in conjunction with emblems, but is not well suited to the front lines. Losing either Nil or Nil will count as defeat, so be careful in using them. Alright! Let's see. Oh god, yeah, you see all the characters I have here. But it's like, alright, alright, so we have Tiki, Nil, and then we have our Fram and Edelgard. So what I know is, like, your rings, they stay the same regardless of who you are. So let's look at Nil and all that. When an ally within 2 braces defeats a foe, grants plus 10 crit for a turn. Alright, Nil. Battle lance that excludes an protective. Crap. Alright, let's see. A foe initiates combat. Okay, so the units we have to use. Okay. Alright, so certain units. Oh, I forgot. They're at predetermined levels. So they're all going to be at like level 15 for like the sake of the story. And unfortunately, that also means like our stats and items are like, ugh. So, like, even this Anna right here is probably not going to be good. So, I'm going to go with Yunaka because, hey, it's Yunaka. And we're going to be fine just doing this. So, let's go with this. Dragons from Afar. Let's get the battles. Well, actually, hold up. Let me look at the screen. See who we're dealing with. Mysterious person right here. Wolves. Wolf. Oh, it's only wolves. Even though they showed Tiki! Nani? And it's a thief. Or, well, it's a wolf knight. So it actually might be Marin. Now that I'm thinking about it, because, like, there's only one wolf knight, but then again, it might be changing. Anyways, let's see.
The enemy has most likely come for the bracelet of the Shepherd Exalt. We must stop them here, before they can reach its location.
Ooh.
That automatically disproves it, but I'm gonna go off and say it's probably Fogado, given the voice.
The Divine Dragon looked at me!
Hey, I remember this music, or something along the lines of it. Let's see.
Go ahead.
And Yunaka is gonna hopefully get a kill. Yep. Okay, and we don't gain experience in this one, so you just gotta play smart with your character here, and not play dumb.
Yes.
Speak, Divine One.
So, I have to be careful here because I know for a fact I play dumb at times.
Cute, right? But watch out. Those fangs will really leave a mark.
It's Fogado. It's Fogado. That voice is clearly too reminiscent of, like, yeah, I played this game before. So, I'm probably gonna upload this.
You can lift the Fang's curse with my Restore Staff. Give it to someone who can use it.
Okay, Curse Phase. The bite of a corrupted wolf inflicts a status effect called Curse Phase. You sack Curse Phase will do so. Oh! Okay. That's not annoying at all. Here, I'll throw myself right here. Use the Dragon Vein because that's what I've always done. We should be fine.
Ready yourself.
Ugh.
I'm not afraid anymore.
Alright. Alright. Like, I'm not even that worried, if I'm being honest. Because, like, alright, just do the same strategies that we've always been doing. Oh, come on. Oh, that kick. I love that. It kind of sucks because, like, I do know, like, the other kick that I remember. The other one where it turned into, like, Bruce Lee for a hot second. Let's see. Liberation. Liberation doesn't kill, and that just leaves them with 1 HP. Here, we're gonna put up the Dragon Mane. Can we get a kill? Of course not. Fell Spark. Has dragon foes resisted? So she can transform. And I can become Engaged Plus because of how far we are in the story. But I'm not gonna do that. Do I have anything in the convoy? No, of course not. Let's just get this kill out the way. 1, 2. And we're gonna throw everyone here into the fog. Okay, they got it. And I'm gonna leave our 2 support units here. In fact, if I wanted to, I could throw Xander in here. He'd actually be useful. Ah, crap. You missed, though. Oh, wow! 80%? Nah, fam. But 4? 12? Yeah, sure. I do know this, though. It's like, alright. I get why. No. Here, we're gonna do this. Oh, I can use the card. Why does the card do less? Anyway, Steel.
I'll go first.
Ow! I just felt this, like, what the frig, that hurt. I, like, messed around with my ear, like, hey, yo, what the f is this? Anyways, ugh! Whoa!
Poor thing.
I like that pose. That pose, good.
Alright.
Alright. I probably should have brought a dancer so this could go along faster, which I'll probably do in the future.
Victory was mine.
Alright, so let's do here. Bond fragments, like, I'm not even that worried, if I'm being honest, about in terms of, like, how this is gonna play out, because this is on normal. Like, I'm not torturing myself with, like, hard mode and all that, because I always like to get a feel for things before I actually play them. Dragon! Oh, gosh! Oh, the dragon!
Here we go.
Bop, bop, bop. Yunaka proving why she best waifu. Best girl in this game. Alright. Bop. Ugh.
For the divine dragon.
We're doing really good here. We're just gonna wait here. Like, I'm not even that worried, which is good. Or probably a bad thing now that I think about it. Like, you shouldn't be worried. Hey, what are you doing? Oh, you're turning into a dragon. Gotcha.
Oh, I'm gonna enjoy this. It won't be easy beating that one. Not with my emblem's power protecting it.
Oh yeah, you have extra life now. Alright, we're gonna just engage plus, so let's get this going. Let's go! Sword. Oh, hey, this is effective against the corrupted, but... Aw, man. Way to kill my fun. Alright, so here... The smart option is to do this. Bring you here, use the Dragon Mane, create a fog, and wait. Hey!
Are you the divine dragon?
Yes, and I'll be taking back that bracelet now.
They're actually surprised about it, which I'm, like, happy. Like, hey, you're surprised. It's like, oh, hey, Tiki. I'm a dragon! You missed. It's kind of funny that they just like, whoop, they just shuffle back. It's actually kind of funny. Okay, hello. Can I get a crit? No, of course not. Because the world hates me. I can't have crits because the world doesn't like fun. Oh hey, you can get different ones. Nice. Bond blast! I'm kidding. Like that stupid joke of Lyration. Okay. Shing, become the emblem. So at least you have the abilities of your future. Oh, okay, I can't use the dragon name. Alright. Bond blast. Oh, good lord! Let's do it.
Hand over the bracelet.
With the divine dragon. Engage blast!
It's anime!
You won. This time.
And there we go, a Lyra, proving that they are the best, and we cleared it. So let's see what happens now.
They got away. I was hoping we would finally learn their identity.
I already know who their identity is. It's Fogado. And like, yeah, at the point of the story, like, yeah, I'm gonna release this. It's like, alright, yeah, who the hell is that? Well, it's like, I'll probably put a spoiler up saying like, hey, I'm doing this further than whatever, so, yeah.
At least we got back the bracelet they were carrying. That's...
The bracelet of the ancestor. It seems different since we last laid eyes on it.
Maybe this emblem can tell us about their time in enemy hands. I'll summon them again so we can talk. Huh? That's strange.
What?
The invocation isn't coming to me. Perhaps it's because I'm in a new world?
No, duh. Well, actually, that makes sense. When you're in our world, even though the world had never heard of Emblem Bracelets, they were able to think of the incantation. So, maybe.
But that's no good. Summoning emblems is what a divine dragon does.
Divine dragon? I'm Tiki. Are you a divine dragon like me?
Well...
Impossible. Emblems in this state shouldn't be able to speak.
Hello.
Okay, well, that goes my theory.
I might be able to summon you again, but your invocation isn't coming to me. Do you know it?
I don't know anything about an invocation. My head feels fuzzy. It hurts. Please, don't make me fight anymore. I don't like hurting people.
You need not act against your will. Allow me to return you to peaceful slumber.
You can do that?
I can indeed. But I am unfamiliar with this summoning power of which you speak. The divine dragon of this world was able to cleanse fallen emblems. It would seem that you cannot do the same. So I will send Emblem Tiki to rest. In slumber, she will be safe from those who would exploit her power. No longer will she be compelled to fight.
You might say we are containing her power in the bracelet. Sadly, since we lack the ability to awaken emblems, she cannot aid us any further.
It sounds like our only option right now. Please, go ahead. Whatever benefits there might be to keeping her awake, I won't force her to fight. Tiki, I hope we'll meet again someday.
I'd like that. When we do...
Oh. This
Okay.
explains the DLC
Absolutely.
far more now.
Farewell, Emblem Tiki. Sweet dreams.
Night, night.
Now, so long as we keep her away from the enemy, she will be able to rest.
Thank you, Nell.
We place our emblems into slumber as a matter of course, to prevent their exploitation. Emblem Tiki was thus asleep when she was taken. But she returned to us awake. Our foe must therefore possess the power to awaken emblems.
Only divine and fell dragons can control them in that way. There are no divine dragons left in this world, so that means our enemy is a fell dragon. One of our siblings, in other words.
If it's a sibling of yours, then do you have any idea who it could be?
We have many brothers and sisters, but we're not acquainted with all of them. Many died in the most recent war. There is no telling which of them survived.
The power to control emblems is rare. If we knew the culprit, we would surely recall. Perhaps this child was born after we left Sombron, or developed this power late.
What if it's
Dragon
Vale?
powers are
Like an alternate
unpredictable.
version world of
I cannot
Vale,
transform
who's
myself
pissed
or
at Alir
control
because they
emblems at all.
abandoned them.
Sombron
That'd actually
deemed
be
me a
interesting.
failure. If I had stayed with him, I would probably be dead by now.
How awful.
I managed to survive only because Nell took me with her when she left. It angers me to think that our siblings could be behind this. To be given that kind of power, only to use it for evil. What a waste.
Nell.
Sorry. It's not my intention to poison the mood.
So, Divine One, our objective is to put an end to the ambitions of Sombron's mysterious heir. Since we are fighting to return the emblems to slumber, they will not be able to help us. Knowing this, it is your choice whether or not to join our cause. What say you?
Yes, I'll help.
Splendid! It is such a comfort to have you on our side. Isn't it, Nell?
This is definitely an interesting setup. So this explains the DLC a heck of a lot more. Because like, oh, it's been a while, so because I played Tiki's DLC when it first came out. It's like, oh yeah, I remember you. And like, what? I never heard of a bracelet before in this world. And Tiki, I think, is like misremembering it or something. But it's like, oh, okay, well, whatever.
After what I saw in that battle, I must agree. But I will remain unsettled by the necessity of fighting alongside this dead dragon.
Oh, I unsettle you, do I?
Please, there is no need to quarrel. Why don't the two of you shake hands and agree to be friends from now on?
Just like, oh, I unsettle you now. It's funny, it's like, maybe. I'm just thinking like, alright, Alir is just like sassing them just for the sake of it, just to be funny.
I decline.
Then I guess I'll pass too.
You could at least try to get along.
Before we depart the castle, Nil, we should say our farewells.
Oh, agreed.
I didn't know anyone else was in the castle. Is it a person I know?
You are welcome to come find out. But what you see may upset you.
It looks to be a monument of some kind.
This is the resting place of the Divine Dragon. Your grave. I did warn you.
We will be just a moment, Divine One. You can go back if you like.
At this point in the story, it's not the
Do you mind
first
if I
time
say
this
something?
man's been killed.
I'd like to speak to my other self, who lived here with you.
I think that would be a lovely gesture.
Visiting my own gravestone. Not something I ever thought I'd do. I can see why Nell is unsettled by this situation. I promise to fulfill your role and protect those important to you as best I can. And with that, my reflection, goodbye.
Why can't I turn into a dragon like you and Father?
There. You may someday.
I'm a failure. I'm weak.
No, Nil. You are strong. Surely you will be able to transform eventually.
When?
Not even Father can say for sure. But until then, hold on to this.
Your dragon stone? But you won't be able to transform without it.
I can if you carry it for me. And I know you will always be by my side. We are two halves of a whole, Nil. This power is ours to share.
Our power.